On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And if your New Year's resolution was to hear two dumb bitches, well, congratulations are in order. We're here.
You fulfilled it on day one.
Oh my God, congratulations. Fuck.
Wow. Gonna have to think of a new resolution.
What do we even have to talk about that we didn't just talk about on the phone for an hour?
Oh my God. First of all, we are still being very safe going over Zoom, but I had to drop something off at your house on your porch. I get pictures of myself looking through a box on the porch, and you texted Cisco, you texted a couple people, and everyone's like, that's a porch pirate. And it was me.
Oh my God, I did. I took a picture of Madison on the porch opening up a package, and I was like, I'm going to post this on Nextdoor and let everyone in the neighborhood know that you are the porch pirate.
I am the porch pirate.
Okay, well, let's talk about Nextdoor while we're here.
I love it.
I have been just perusing daily. So I was off this week from Cult Leader. I had this week off, and I've had too much spare time, perhaps. I've been going nuts, just scrolling through, watching people get in arguments, people saying all kinds of shit. People on Nextdoor were like, it's raining. Why are your sprinklers on, you idiots? We're in a drought. And I'm thinking, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I don't know how to turn off my sprinklers. What do you mean? It's wild. People get into just these petty arguments. I love reading it. People will go in there just to troll the other neighbors. And honestly, it's like a Facebook full of Karens.
I love to read it.
It'll be like someone trying to sell their half-used candle, and then it'll be someone else like, just FYI, I don't know whose teenager this is, but I took a picture of them walking down the alleyway. They looked awfully suspicious.
I remember I sent you one, and it was like two people walking, and they were dressed in all black and had like sunglasses on. And this one person posted and was like, these two are really suspicious. I just thought I'd post on here, like, be on the lookout. I love when people are equally as scared as the crazy people, but then I also love when people troll them back. There were people on there like, yeah, man, that looks like the Men in Black. Like, you guys better be careful. But then you sent me in like a local neighborhood, someone had put out in their alleyway on their property an old hutch or something with a note that said like free, and some Karen came and put another note on it that was like, this is a nice neighborhood. How dare you put stuff in the street? And then the other people put another note on it like, fuck you.
It was so good. There was another one that was like, sketchy people walking around with clipboards. Be vigilant, everyone. And then someone responded like, that's my family, and we were doing a scavenger hunt.
I love it.
It's too good. Oh my God. Well, I was scared I was going to end up on Nextdoor because I have been having some garbage can drama, girly.
What? Tell me about it.
So I have trash cans, right? Like I got new ones delivered when I moved in here. I have like a back fence, like, you know, the back gate, and that backs up to an alleyway, as do most neighborhoods here. And so I put my trash cans out, and then the next morning they're gone. Nowhere to be seen in sight. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God, they just walked away.
And I'm like, were they stolen? What happened here? I think what happened is they just got moved to the other side of the alley because that's where everyone else's were.
Okay.
So I go out there and I look. Mine are brand new because they just got here.
Ooh.
The other people's had like numbers painted on theirs and stuff, and mine didn't. I hadn't tagged it yet. And so I wait until the end of the day just to be sure, because I'm like, I don't want to steal someone else's trash cans. So I wait, and then nighttime comes around, and I'm like, I'm just going to go get the ones that I think are mine, because there were still a few out there. And I walked out, and there...
You wait till the nighttime?
Yeah, I was like scared. I didn't want to end up like someone videoing me on all their cameras or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I went out there and I got it, and I brought it, or I was like going to bring them in. And then I look up and someone is watching me from their window, just staring at me.
Oh, you're probably on the next door.
I said, okay, I'm going to pretend that I'm out here for something different. So I brought, I was like, hot dog, and like ran up and down the alley with her like a maniac so that it looked like I was out there doing something else. Yeah, and then I went back the next day when I figured people would be at work, and there were still a few other trash cans out there, but I grabbed the ones I thought were mine, and when I looked up to where the person was looking at me before, I see them again, except for I realized that it's not a person, it's just like a smudge on the window that kind of looks like a face.
Well, maybe it was their smudge from the night before, because they were looking at you so intensely.
I was taking no risk. The garbage cans are back in my backyard, though, and so happy for them.
They made their way home.
They made their way home.
Oh, that's sweet.
How was your holidays?
It was good. My brother hosted a sweet little Christmas for us, and...
Cute.
Yes, but you, on the other hand...
Oh, last week was a different story. We were Zooming because I was like, oh, we're about to be with our families and blah, blah, blah. I'd gotten the booster in preparation.
And... your Disneyland tour.
Oh my God, yeah. My family, a whole bunch of shit went down. So one family member had COVID, and then as we know with this one, it spreads really fast. Mm-hmm. And so other people in the house got COVID. Then just everyone started getting COVID.
Right.
Luckily, not everyone, but I have a lot of family members that got COVID, and they're all vaccinated, all boosted. Mm-hmm. But I think this Omicron one or whatever is just super contagious. But luckily, all of them, probably because they're vaccinated, they've all said like, oh, I've had a worse cold than this. Mm-hmm. But long story short, day of, I was supposed to drive up Christmas Eve morning, and it got canceled. So I didn't go home, and I just had a quiet Christmas here. And then we had to cancel our New Year's plans, which was my family had reserved that VIP thing at Disneyland to do the like walkthrough.
Once in a lifetime.
Oh my God. So we're going to do it soon, but I think we're just going to wait until everything calms down. But it's hard because we booked everything, including Christmas, all these things before this new variant came. Uh-huh. And so I think everyone was kind of back in this place. Like, I know you and I have talked about this. We were starting to kind of really just hang out with people again and do things again, go places again. But then this happened now, and it's like, well, I feel like almost like back at square one. And there's all this shit with the CDC where they're like to quarantine on your 2 15-minute lunch breaks.
I saw the CDC recommends, or the CDC says that it's okay to wipe from front to or from back to front.
Oh, God. Disgusting.
Well, to switch it up, I have a funny funeral story from a listener.
Oh, tell me. And then I have one from my personal life that I would love to share with you.
Okay. I can't find the girl's name who sent this to me.
Oh, you never can. You need to start screenshotting or saving names.
I know. I'll add it in the description. It says, and it's hilarious, it says, "Hello, Spencer, Madison, Hot Dog, and Doris. This isn't an obituary, but it is about a funeral. My great-grandma Constance," which I love that name, by the way. I love the name Constance. "Connie Smith. Feel free to use her name. First, I have to tell you about my sweet niece, Rose, who was about 3 years old at the time. Rose hasn't experienced much death in her short life, so of course there are no behavioral guidelines she knows to follow at visitations."
Uh-oh. I can already tell it's going to be good.
Picture an open casket at the front of a room with rows of chairs for family members. The room begins to fill up with family and close friends, and we're all talking amongst ourselves quietly. Until I happen to look up to the front of the room where I see my darling niece at the casket, putting on a full-on toddler twerking show for my unfazed great-grandmother who continues to lay there praying hands and peaceful.
Oh my God.
I just love it. Like, the kid has no idea.
They're the best.
Yes, until they tell you the fucking truth.
Oh, yeah. Kids have no filters either. It's like kids and old people end up in this same kind of realm of just like saying things that you're like, why are you saying that right now?
Uh-huh.
There's no need to say that.
My mom was like that. She was like, before we would leave the house, she'd be like, put on some lipstick. I'm like, okay.
I love her.
Oh, she's the best.
The best. Oh, my funeral story. So God bless my sister Olivia. She is the planner. She is the organizer. She is the hostess with the mostest, one of the most thoughtful people I know.
Mm-hmm.
She had the craziest December of hosting a huge market. She was doing pop-ups, like all this shit for work. But she's a crafter, so it's her busiest time of year. When I was staying there a couple weeks ago, I went up there for her birthday and to go to her market. I think I talked about it a little bit on the show. Well, one morning I wake up and she's just going a mile a minute, constantly doing stuff. I'm laying in bed and I hear her. She's on this Zoom call in the next room, in the office next to the guest room at their house. And
my room.
Your room. You've stayed in that room before. And I hear her on this Zoom and she comes out and I was like, hey, like, what were you doing? And she's like, oh, I was on a Zoom call. And I was like, oh, for what? She's fully planning a service, like a funeral service, like for one of her old friends' fathers who passed away. And
oh my
just
God,
like,
bless her heart.
Bless her. I'm like, how do you get wrapped up into these things? And she's like, well, I asked them if they needed any food or anything after it happened, just, something to make it easier. But then they asked if I would help plan. And she's like, and I'm such a planner. I said, yes. Me and her FaceTime all the time. And she is just like sending me, she's like, look what I made. And it's all these like big poster boards with little clips on them so people can hang pictures on it. Just like all these things for this celebration of life for her friend's dad. And I'm just like, it's so sweet. She's like, this is my jam. Like, I'm good at this kind of stuff. And I was like, you need to just start a company for celebrations of life.
Oh my gosh, yes. She could do it up.
You should really go into business on that. She's like, you can go in with me. And I was like, okay, perfect. It's on brand.
It is very on brand. Yes. Oh, I love her.
I know. I've been talking to her a bunch this week. I've been talking to my dad a lot this week, too. I think because I didn't come up for Christmas. Maybe there's some weird guilt or something, but he keeps calling me.
Oh.
And he was like telling me, he's like, yeah, I was watching all these hedge trimming TikToks. Really into it. Sounds kind of weird, but people just do the crazy. And I'm like, that is the most dad thing in the world to be like, oh, I'm watching TikToks. And not only that, but they're of hedge trimmers.
Oh my God. You know what? Speaking of TikTok, at Christmas, my niece, she's 19, so she knows how to do TikTok. And she was having everybody do the reject or the, like jerking.
Uh-huh.
And so there's a video somewhere out there on TikTok of me and my whole family doing the reject.
It's so funny what they talk you into. My little sister, she just turned 17 and she's on TikTok too. And at Thanksgiving, she had us all, she's like, you got to go in front of the camera and you have to do this dance move. Which dance move are you going to do? And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know.
I don't know. God.
Oh, speaking of videos you put online, Madison and I have been talking because we've had a few requests now, and we've been toying around with the idea of doing Cameo.
We really have. Not just any old happy birthday, hello there message.
No. We
want it to be entertaining.
Yeah, so we were wondering from you guys, like, A, do you want that? Is this something you want? Because we had Cameo reach out to us. We didn't even reach out to them. They reached out to us, and we're like, hey, we feel like your listeners would love Cameo. And we're like, first of all, they're called Geoffs. And second of all, we're not so sure they would. But if you guys want that, if that's something you're into,
let us know. We can write you an obituary. We can insult you. We can sing for you.
We can't write a full obituary for everyone. You kidding me?
Just a little one.
Maybe a short and sweet one, or maybe a short scathing one. We just want to talk shit to you guys. So if you would like to pay for us to talk shit to you, let us know in the comments on this post.
You personally, yes.
Yeah,
Please let us know.
You want to personally hear it from us?
And you can see us.
Oh my God, we're not sure if you want that. That might cost extra, babe.
I'll have to get a new wig.
Oh God. All right, well, should we start our show?
Let's start.
Or did we already start the show? Is this the show?
This is the show.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Hello there. So I'm going first today with the coffin spinners. So do you have your bonus obituary?
Well, Madison, I do. And the headline, or the little bold print, says, "An honest obituary."
Okay.
It seems like a pretty old obituary, so I think an honest obituary really translates to a scathing obituary.
Mm-hmm.
This is from the Marquette Tribune. It says, "Frank Waller was a unique character. An honest comment is difficult to make in a newspaper. We do not want to say an unkind thing about him. He put nothing into this world and got nothing out of it. His hoarded wealth brought him an early grave, and he could take none of it with him.
Oh my God.
He was honest as he saw honesty, obeyed the laws of the land when it cost him nothing, neighbored with no one, trusted no one, got all he could and kept all he got.
That is honest."
His uppermost philosophy of life was a false one. That is, that a man with money in his pockets must of necessity have friends and happiness. He contracted no debts, gave nothing to charity or public enterprise, knew nothing about the high cost of living, traveled none, read little, never spent a cent foolishly, and never invested or gambled. Many a lad of 10 has seen more of life worth living than he. He belonged to no societies, fraternal or religious. He enjoyed making good deals and buying and selling. He was sober, industrious, independent, a sticker for the last pound of flesh allowed by law. He has passed to his reward."
That was very honest and not a way to live your life. I mean, it seems like he had everything, all of his ducks in a row, no fucking up.
Scathing. I love it. I just love an old school scathing obituary.
There's no U-Haul pulling an ATM. I mean, no hearse, no U-Haul. If you're a dumb criminal.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's no cash drawer in the coffin, babe.
No hearse pulling a U-Haul.
No, you stingy boy. No U-Haul.
I don't know. Go ask someone else.
Oh, please.
All right, well, is it time for some coffin spinners?
Let's hear it. What's got you spinning in your coffin this week?
Heads, shoulders, knees, and toes. This isn't just a song, Spencer. It's a list of body parts missing from some of these famous people buried without their body parts.
Ooh.
Oh, baby. So,
head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Knees and toes. These famous people were buried without some of their body parts. I don't want to get it confused, though, with grave robbing, because there have been, and I have done an episode on grave robbing, and then some famous people who have had their graves robbed.
Or body snatchers.
Body snatchers, exactly. So these people were actually buried without their organs. I'm going to try to work from the head down.
Okay. Always start with the head, babe. Just the tip, just the top.
We're going to get down to the wiener.
Ooh.
I don't have anything below that yet, so
okay.
Just heads, shoulders,
and dick are everyone's favorite song. Head, shoulders, dicks and balls, dicks and balls. Hi, we're 12.
Yes, perfect. Well, let's start with Mr. Albert Einstein. Albert died April 18th, 1955, at age 76 from an aneurysm. He had wishes to donate his body to science before he died, but that was never in writing, so his family had him cremated. But before they had him cremated, Dr. Thomas Harvey did his autopsy, he kept his brain.
Yes. Okay. I was going to say, I'm like, I swear to God, I thought there was like his brain was in some museum or something.
Yes. So this is going to sound crazy. Then I'll give an explanation. But Dr. Thomas Harvey kept his brain in 2 little jars in his home for 30 years.
Oh my God.
My God. Talk about a conversation starter.
Talk about giving brain. Oh my God. I wouldn't even need a jar for yours. I would just put it in a little teeny compartment.
Well, then what else is in this big head?
A lot of hot air, babe.
I'll tell you what. Not a lot of reading happening. Illiterate bitch. Dr. Thomas Harvey was a pathologist at Princeton Hospital. He sliced the brain that was in his home for 30 years into 240 pieces and studied it.
Oh my God. Is he making a puzzle?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, please.
But God, Einstein, man. Imagine having his brain.
Big brain injury.
What?
Injury. That's a big brain energy, baby.
Is your brain sliced into 240 pieces?
Girly, yes. I feel it rattling around my skull right now.
Ooh.
I am not allowed to lean over to the left. It'll slide right out.
Oh.
Have you ever held a brain?
No.
I have. I've held multiple brains. I held a chicken brain and I've held a human brain.
Like raw dogging it?
No, with gloves, like at a place where you're allowed to do it.
Was it inside of something or it was just...
I don't remember. I know it was at like a science place. They let you hold a dissected brain and there was other ones too. It wasn't just like a chicken and a human brain. There was like a lineup of different sized brains from several different species. I think there might have even been like a monkey brain there, I want to say, but just different sizes.
What did it feel like? What did it look like?
No, I don't remember. I mean, brain, I feel like it felt like what you would expect it to feel like. It had probably been in some sort of preservative, so it's not like I was holding just like a fresh brain, but
yeah,
that's the truth, and I'm sticking to it.
Wow, lovely. We should go back and do something like that.
Oh my God. Someone let us hold your brain.
CommunityNews.org wrote about his brain, and they say, quote, in his New York Times obituary the following day, the writer notes, the body was cremated without ceremony after the removal for scientific study of vital organs, among them the brain that had worked out the theory of relativity and made possible the development of nuclear fission. The eyes were also taken by Einstein's ophthalmologist, Dr. Henry...
My eyes! That was Einstein. My eyes!
Einstein?
Ooh. What happens when you take the I out of Einstein, huh? It's just Einstein.
So the eyes were taken by ophthalmologist Dr. Henry Abrams. Continuing on with this quote, it says, without Harvey's knowledge or permission, most likely while Harvey was talking to reporters outside the hospital, Abrams' motives and the whereabouts of the eyes are unknown to this day. Who knows? You could stumble upon his eyeballs.
Creepy.
Creepy. So yes, Albert Einstein is cremated without his brain and eyeballs, apparently. But in that same article, they have a quote from Frederick Lepore, who was a Princeton professor and a neuro-ophthalmologist. And he says, quote, people say Dr. Harvey stole it. No, he really didn't. Not in that era. In the 1950s, the understanding was that pathologists were people of high purpose and that if they studied the specimen, then they could keep the specimen indefinitely and continue to study it.
Yeah, so he was within his right to get off his back.
Yeah, he could keep whatever he wants.
Don't tell him.
All right, I have another one. I've heard about this woman before, but never really looked into her death. It's Mata Hari. So if you don't know her, she was a pretty famous exotic dancer in Paris around World War I.
Yes, baby. Miss Burlesque.
Yes. Mata Hari was her stage name. She was actually Margarita Zell. She was Dutch and born in the Netherlands, but she reinvented herself. She was now Mata Hari, an Indian temple dancer, which...
kind of like Theta Bara vibes.
A little problematic, though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, same with Theta Bara, where she was kind of like painted herself to be this Cleopatra vixen, when really she was like a Jewish girl from Ohio or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
God, the things people could get away with back then. So, long story short, she was accused of espionage and was deemed a spy by the French.
Why?
So, they thought that she was telling secrets to like her German lovers.
Ooh.
So she was executed in 1917.
Oh, fuck.
By a firing squad.
Oh, my God.
I know. And I read that she was not bound or blindfolded during it. And she even blew a kiss to the firing squad before they started firing.
If you could see my face right now, my jaw is unhinged.
Well, hold on. I want to read this little quick thing from Wikipedia about the whole execution. It says, quote, "Slowly, inertly, she settled to her knees, her head up always, and without the slightest change of expression on her face. For the fraction of a second, it seemed she tottered there, on her knees, gazing directly at those who had taken her life. Then she fell backward, bending at the waist, with her legs doubled up beneath her. A non-commissioned officer then walked up to her body, pulled out his revolver, and shot her in the head to make sure she was dead."
That gives me chills. She's just looking at them like, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I also read, I can't remember the article. It kind of documented her mourning before that and how she was so calm, and there's like different reports on what she wore. Like she looked good. She was like not nervous. She said, "I'm ready." And with the blindfold, she was like, "Do I have to wear that? Like, I want to look at these people."
She was like, "I want to look you in the eyes." Ugh.
Her remains were donated to the Museum of Anatomy because no one came to collect them. No one from her family.
Wow.
Yeah, and MSN.com says, quote, "At the museum, her head was embalmed and put on display along with other war criminals from that era. Decades later, in 2000, archivists realized that her head had gone missing. No one had been interested in seeing it for a long time, and it looked like it had been missing for years. It's suspected that it was simply lost or that someone stole it when the museum changed buildings in 1954. Her head is still missing to this day."
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my! Go talk to the guy who had Einstein's brain for 30 years. Maybe he know what happened to it.
I know. So we've got head, we've got brain, we've got eyeballs. Let's hit some vertebrae.
All right.
Okay. John Wilkes Booth. We all know this name, I think. He was the one who assassinated Abraham Lincoln.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Abraham Lincoln, if you're listening.
Ooh, he's going to come up in my coffin spinner today.
Ooh. So almost 2 weeks after the murder of the president, John was shot and killed in the back of the neck because he was on the run for like 12 days or something.
Yeah.
So he was shot in the back of the neck. It killed him. During his autopsy, which was aboard the USS Montauk, so I guess it was aboard a boat, 3 of his vertebrae, I believe they were numbers 3 through 5, so number 3, 4, and 5.
Ugh, the most popular ones.
They were taken by investigators along with a piece of his spinal cord and some tissue. I guess something to do with the bullet that they wanted to study. John Wilkes Booth was then buried in an unmarked grave in Baltimore. His other remains are on display at the National Museum for Health and Medicine in Washington, D.C. Although I have read that they are sometimes like not on display because they don't want them damaged. And then there are some people that like want to destroy them. So that's what that bitch is missing. Let's move on. I don't want to say we found a new King Henry VIII because from what I've read, I don't think this king is bad or I don't even want to make a statement. I don't know. But there are a lot of crazy stories that come out regarding him and things tied to him. So King Louis XIV, he was the king of France for 72 years, and he was also referred to as the Sun King. And something interesting, he became king at 4 years old. When he died at 77, his great-grandson took over the throne at 5 years old. And he lived in a big palace, Versailles. He died of gangrene. So he had something called a heart burial, which I kind of want to get more into on a future episode. But a heart burial, via Wikipedia, is, quote, a type of burial in which the heart is interred apart from the body. In medieval Europe, heart burial was fairly common among the higher echelons of society, as was the parallel practice of the separate burial, which I want to get into on a future episode as well, of entrails or wider viscera. Examples can be traced back to the beginning of the 12th century. And so his body was buried in St. Denis Basilica, and his heart was taken out and placed in the Church of St. Louis St. Paul. According to livescience.com or livescience.com, we still don't know.
Still don't know.
Quote, his heart was removed from his body and embalmed so it could lie next to the heart of his father, King Louis XIII. But it didn't stay there for long. The English nobleman Lord Harcourt was such a fan that he acquired the heart and placed it in a silver casket, which he occasionally showed to guests.
Ooh, He said, hey, I got something I want to show you.
Yes. There are a lot of things that I want to touch on in future episodes, and they were all inspired by him. Cannibalism.
He thought he was God, or like he thought he was like a direct descendant of God.
Yep, I read that.
Very cult leader-like.
Yes. Speaking of King Henry VIII and heart burials, Miss Anne Boleyn was buried without her heart.
Oh, Anne Bully, Anne Bully,
And Boylan?
And Bodega.
Mentalfloss.com says, quote, according to the legend, after Anne Boleyn's beheading in 1536, her heart was removed from her body and taken to a rural church in Airwarton, Suffolk, where the queen is said to have spent some happy days during her youth. In 1837, excavations at the church uncovered a small heart-shaped lead casket inside a wall. The only thing inside was a handful of dust. It's not clear whether it was actually the heart, but the casket was reburied in a vault beneath the organ where a plaque today marks the spot.
Dig it up.
Dig it up. No, she's been through enough. Oh my God. Let her rest in peace.
Pieces, I guess.
Our last one is Mr. Napoleon Bonaparte.
Boo.
So Napoleon died of stomach cancer in 1821 at the age of 51. Before he passed, he made sure that orders were in place to have an autopsy because he wanted his body to be studied. He had a son, and he didn't want him to die of the same thing, and he could potentially get more information on this. I also read that Napoleon's dad died of the same thing, so I think it's smart. We still don't have a cure for cancer, and it's 2022.
Sure.
So I feel like that was pretty progressive thinking in 1821. Anyway, during his autopsy, Dr. Francois Antomarchi and a few other doctors removed his stomach, his heart, and a few ribs. There are also rumors that some of his intestines were taken out during the autopsy, along with the most important body part, the wiener.
Oh my God. It was probably so small. Napoleon, he just had like a little fucking chode worm.
Napoleon complex.
Oh my God.
So his stomach was to study. His heart was Napoleon's demand. He wanted his heart embalmed, which basically meant put in a silver urn with wine and sent back to his wife.
And they say romance is dead.
I believe he was buried with them at his feet, and ribs were taken out apparently. And his wiener was on display at the Museum of Fresh Art in New York that they referred to as the tendon. It is a rumor, and authenticity is definitely called into question about his...
Is there a picture?
There is. I'll find it. But the story is that Dr. Antimarchi chopped it off during the autopsy and gave it to a priest, who then passed it down through his family, and then it was sold. I want to read this hilarious article on Audi.com. They talked all about Napoleon.
Oh my God, I found it.
Well, hold on. Let me describe it first and then show me, because I have a good description. The article made me crack up. They explained the joystick's journey. They wrote, quote, it's kind of long, so bear with me, guys, but it's good. Once he died on the island on St. Helena, Napoleon's penis started its journey around the world. Whoever was the writer on here, well, we'll obviously post the credit, but was so good. Francesco Antimarchi, or Antimarchi, the doctor who separated the dong from its owner, gave it to Napoleon's chaplain. It's unclear why the doctor cut Napoleon's penis off. Some say it was an accident. Some say it was done to humiliate Napoleon after his death. Whatever the case, the penis now belonged to the chaplain, whose name history has forgotten. The priest smuggled it back to Napoleon's native Corsica. Unfortunately, he couldn't enjoy the penis for long. The priest was killed in a vendetta, and Napoleon's dong passed to his family as an heirloom. What an honor. The penis remained with the deceased priest's family until 1916. That's when Mags Bros, a British book-selling company, bought it for an undisclosed sum. The firm attempted to sell the penis back to the French government, but they weren't interested for some reason. In 1924, however, Mags Bros found a buyer in S.W. Rosenbach, another antiquarian from Philadelphia. Rosenbach thought the penis was too important to keep just for himself. In 1927, it went up on display in New York's Museum of French Art, because a shriveled penis is a work of high art. And it indeed was shriveled. Since the penis had never been preserved in any way, people who saw it at the time said it looked like a maltreated strip of buckskin shoelace, or a piece of leather, or a shriveled eel. Yikes. We don't think any guy would like that kind of review of his little dude. After the exhibition, Napoleon's penis started its wandering years. Rosenbach eventually got bored of owning it and sold the wang to a collector called Donald Hyde. Once Hyde died, his wife donated the penis to a bookseller by the name of John F. Fleming. What is it about booksellers and Napoleon's dick? Fleming sold the penis to an unnamed collector who unsuccessfully tried to sell it at a Christie's auction under the title of Napoleon's Certain Part.
Hey, you want to buy a dick?
Really, just call it for what it is if you're trying to sell it. Finally, in 1977, a urologist, which seems like the correct person, I feel like, to have it.
Yeah.
And Professor John K. Latimer purchased the penis for $3,000, more than $12,000 in today's money. Latimer didn't want any attention, though, so he kept the penis hidden under his bed and refused to let anyone see it.
Weird.
Weirdo. In 2007, Latimer passed away, and his daughter, Evan, inherited Napoleon's dismembered dong. To the best of our knowledge, it remains with her to this day.
Oh my God.
So again, that was from Audi.com. It was so good.
You ready to see it?
Is it a claw? What? Why is it two little things?
I think that's probably like bone or something.
There's not bone in your wiener, is there?
There's like bone behind it. Maybe some sort of groinal bone. I don't know. Hold on.
A groinal bone?
I love that so much. I feel like we covered all bases. And once you guys see this picture of Napoleon's schlong, I think everyone's going to be reaching for their heads, shoulders, knees, and dicks.
And toilets to throw up.
Oh my God, disgusting. We've all seen a weird dick in our lives.
Oh, I've seen a few.
I love it. I feel like we do this show so that our search histories can all include horrific things every week.
Yes, it is horrific.
Real quick, while you were talking about the John Wilkes Booth thing, did you ever watch that? Oh God, what was it on? Stephen King did a series called like 11/22.
Yes, on Hulu.
Did you watch that?
It was so good.
So good. We're going to take a quick break. We'll let you guys process that. We'll let you pull out your phones and Google Napoleon Bonaparte's dick, and we'll be right back. And we're back. And a coffin spinner I shall share. So we're going very superstitious, baby.
Ooh.
Very superstitious.
Writings
on
on
the walls. Wow, pitchy. We need to work on that.
We do.
We'll do it
For cameo.
For our cameo. Yeah. We're actually only going to sing our cameos.
Perfect. You guys don't know this, but Spencer plays the guitar also.
Oh, I do. Madison's got a voice. She's got some vocal range.
We could make this happen.
Yeah, let us know like this if you agree. Anyway, this week I looked into some of the most bizarre death-related superstitions.
Ooh, okay. Step on a crack, you'll break your mama's back.
Step on a crack, you break your mother's back.
I wouldn't step on those walking to the bus stop, too.
Oh, I used to not step on those. And I also, at the grocery store, it was tiled floors and I would only step on certain squares.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first up, I actually wanted to sort of piggyback off of something that we've lightly touched on recently, which is mirrors.
Uh-huh.
I think it's safe to say there's plenty of bizarre superstitions surrounding mirrors, but the practice of covering up every single mirror within the vicinity of a dead body is something that's been done for years among several different groups of people, and it's not for the sake of the living. Well, in some cases at least. I did read that in Judaism, mirrors are traditionally covered to, quote, prevent vanity in the mourners so that they can't reflect on their own appearance, rather forcing them to focus on remembering and respecting the departed. This, according to a write-up in the Huffington Post, which...
I like that.
Yeah, I like that as well. Joincake.com, who... I believe you're a big fan of them.
Oh, baby.
Says that Irish Catholics cover the mirrors to hide the physical body from the soul. And this was sort of a shared commonality across several different religions, some believing that the soul can wander for up to 3 days before ascending. Basically, they just don't want it to get stuck, which is another weird thing to picture. So they're like literally trying to hide the body from the soul. So the soul's walking around like, oh my God, where'd you go?
Yeah, that must be confusing.
I'm not sure what happened here.
What if I want to get back in?
I definitely don't see my body under that sheet right there.
Although, I don't know. If I'm laying there dead, maybe I don't want to see it.
My soul's going to be like, I'm not going back in there.
I want a new body.
Yeah. I want that trim spa baby body.
Ooh, baby.
In China, they believe that if a person sees the reflection of the coffin in a mirror, that there will be another death in the family. So it's like a bad omen.
Fuck.
Well, this was also actually very common in the Victorian era as well, covering up the mirrors, which leads us to number 2 on my list, which is stopping the clock, something that also began in the Victorian era, where I guess they would go around and turn off all of the clocks until they had buried their loved ones. So right after someone passed away, everyone would like run around, turn off the clocks. And apparently this is something still commonly, or at least in recent decades, was still common in the South, like a Southern thing.
Yeah. I had talked on like a previous episode, something kind of like that, remember? But it meant if a clock stops and you don't fix it, then it means someone will die around you or something.
Yeah. Well, basically, their belief was that stopping the clocks is apparently giving the newly deceased time to move into the next life without feeling rushed. They're like, take your time, take as long as you need.
Oh, I like that.
Some believe that if you don't stop the clock, you're inviting the spirit of the deceased into the home and they will haunt it forever.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then last but not least, I want to talk about the practice of putting coins onto the deceased's eyes. This practice dates back to the ancient Greeks and has quite the story to go along with it. The practice originated from what's known as Charon's obol, Charon, Charon's, Sharon. We're just going to call it Sharon. which, according to legend, they believed that the land of the living was separate from the underworld. The underworld, ruled by Hades, was where people were thought to go when they died, but they didn't just teleport there. They had to take a boat.
I hate boats.
Well, if you want to get to the underworld, you're going to have to get on the boat. My God, it'd be like a carnival cruise or like a fucking Disney cruise. They're like, hi, Goofy. Anyway, so you go on this boat, right? This is what they think happens. They think the dead person goes on a boat, and then this boat goes down a river. The boat, I'm glad you asked, it's driven by Sharon, and this was no free ride. You had to pay to get on this boat, and you had to pay what they called an obol, which is a coin in ancient Greece. Well, how are you gonna...
Who's Sharon?
Hey, who's Sharon, and how'd she get on this boat? And why am I dead?
Who made her the captain?
The only way to get that coin to Sharon is to... I'm dying because I'd say if it's pronounced like Caron or Charon.
It probably
like,
is.
Oh, it's Sharon and her fucking steamboat taking these people to the underworld. And here's the thing. You have to pay Sharon by giving them this obol, this coin. And to do so, they would put the coin on the eyes of the deceased passenger and or their mouth. So when they buried people, they would put the coin on their eyes, on both of their eyes, or in their mouth so that they could pay the toll on their way to the underworld. They believed that if you failed to provide proper payment to Sharon, your soul would wander for thousands of years before being able to cross into the underworld.
Oh, please.
Give me a break.
Sharon's a rat. She is
just... That could be like a very respected god or something.
Sorry.
Madison, that's the most respected boat driver. Listen, you insulted the queen, and now you're coming after Sharon and her tugboat.
Oh, please.
Well, that's the origin. The practice has been carried through to more modern times throughout history. It's been said to be a good luck charm by burying people with coins on their eyes. Some people say they used to use them as weights to keep people's eyes shut. And
that makes sense.
Girly, guess who did this?
Tell me.
Abraham motherfucking Lincoln.
Was he on the coin?
No, imagine. No, they put $50 coins on his eyes after he was assassinated. And the coins are actually now currently on display at the Chicago Historical Museum.
So he never made it to the underworld? He didn't have the money.
Well, I mean, maybe they took the coins later on. Who knows? But what if they did it to you and like one of your fucking eyelashes is like stuck to it?
Well, I was thinking, I'm like, I better have bomb makeup.
It doesn't matter. You don't even need to do your eyeliner or mascara if there's going to be coins on your eyes.
Oh my God. Just traumatic.
Oh God! Well, yeah. So those are some of my superstitions surrounding death. I do want to do a part 2 eventually, though, because there's a lot more superstitions and traditions around omens and whatnot.
Oh,
Super
I
into
love it.
Well, should we take
it.
a quick break and then get into our obituaries?
Yes, sir. And we're back. Spencer, I have an obituary from a Geoff.
We love a Geoff obituary. I have one from a Geoff this week, too.
Perfect. I love it.
I hope it's not the same one.
I know. Well, we'll see. So this is from a listener, Jordan Taylor, and she wrote to us and said, my dad passed away and I was told to submit his obituary to y'all. LOL, please enjoy. The title says, Elvis has left the building, and it's a picture of her dad, and I think it's like a younger picture, and he is so handsome. It says, Donald Ray Blake, 69, bow chicka wow wow, of Keene, NH. Where is
New Hampshire?
New Hampshire. Passed away on November 25th, 2021. After an impressively extended period of declining health. And then it says in quotations, Donnie, not Hardon, despite his efforts, was truly one of a kind. A lifelong resident of Keene, Donnie graduated summa cum laude from Cheshire County Jail. And it says summa cum loudly from Cheshire County Jail.
Oh my God.
His sense of humor carried him through life. Well, that and police cruisers. Admittedly, he was not the most well-behaved young man, but certainly the most entertaining. Working with heavy equipment for years, he obtained trademarked skills on the excavator. It is said that he could guide the bucket to stack empty beer bottles into pyramids. If you didn't believe him, you only had to ask him. Donnie was a CDL truck driver from Brattleboro Haulage for some time before being reassigned as a dispatcher following a DWI, dancing with intensity, for all you kids out there. Due to unclear circumstances, he was relieved of those duties, but the heavily redacted HR documents imply that 25 pounds of swinging steak played a part. He rounded out his career with gigs such as a limo driver, bartender, car salesman, 7-Eleven clerk, and hot dog peddler at Don's Chat and Chew. He briefly trained as a Hardee's manager, but plummeted from the position at a speed that rivals their drive-through service time. An avid game player, Donnie was a bona fide pool shark, skilled softball player, horseshoe-tossing marksman, foosballin' son of a gun, dart-throwing fool, carnival game expert, and claw machine master. Always up for a challenge, he regularly engaged in cribbage matches, bickering competitions, and random debauchery with Glenn Buckley, his cousin, and Steve Abbott, cousin. And he always rooted for the New York Yankees and Giants. A rock and roll legend in his own mind, Donnie was an accomplished belly drummer and teeth whistler. And if you never heard him belt out "Hurt So Good," did you really even know him? Always wheeling and dealing, he acquired various odds and ends through yard sales, flea markets, Craigslist, and his band of merry men. Anything within 15 feet of a curb was also deemed fair game. And for an old guy, he was surprisingly swift in the night. When he wasn't tinkering away in his shop at Ammer Electric, he could be found at Hannaford, Timoleon's, or Dunkin' Donuts, entertaining with his quick wit and flair for storytelling. As his life progressed, he became a bit of a curmudgeon. He had many health-related issues that stifled his ability to live the way he liked. His go-to solution was to complain about it and hope that someone else would fix it. But what he lacked in self-discipline, he made up for in laughs and quiet gestures of kindness. He had a soft spot for babies and ladies. He liked to tickle the cheeks of both.
Oh,
Donnie was born on May 30th, 1952 to Janice Elaine Buckley Leonard of Keene. And, well, this is awkward. Refer to Ancestry.com for that complex network. He is survived by 4 daughters, disparagingly named as closely to sons as permissible: Devin, Darren, Danelle, and Jordan. Nonetheless, his greatest joy was the grandchildren those daughters brought into his life. I know. Christopher, Spencer, Sailor, Xavier.
I know a Spencer.
Yes, you do. Pierce, Presley, Cook, Sienna, and Blake. They were enchanted by his Christmas-time Santa Claus calls and captivated by the stories and jokes everyone else had heard a million times. They will miss their sleepovers at Grandpa Campa's, his chop suey, and his fishing pointers. Still, they will carry on his legacy by referring to friends as Cool Breeze, entertaining folks with the sliding thumb trick, and teaching children the Skeeter on My Peter song. In addition, he leaves behind a sister, Drew Fox, even if she won't readily admit to the bloodline in public, and siblings through marriage, Janine Short, Lori Blake, and Peter Blake. There are rumors of more, but with respect to privacy, or perhaps a gag order, we'll leave it at that. His closest companion and confidant was his black cat, Frady. His neighbor, Joanne Gowie, more commonly referred to as Not My Goddamn Girlfriend, also deserves special mention for her care and attention to him over the years, regardless of his refusal to tell her himself that she was a blessing. His family is grateful for her presence. He was a prominent member of the Fraternal Order of Eagles, number 1413, Cheshire Medical Center's Frequent Crier program, and Pornhub.
Oh my God, they went for it.
His presence within these forums will be notably missed. Donnie specifically requested cremation and a good time get-together. The plan to satisfy those wishes was to host a bonfire and inhale the fumes. But apparently, the city and the DEA have rules. So a New Year's Eve super spreader event at the Eagles will have to do.
Get your boosters.
Get your boosters. The details will be shared with his cousins, who just so happen to be the entire town. In memory of Big Doggy, his daughters will plant a white dogwood tree. See what they did there? At their family homestead in Keene. In lieu of flowers, please remit any debt he holds with you. And to the vultures already scavenging his belongings, he leaves you with this. AMF. Which I don't know what it means.
All my fucks.
Yeah. All my fuck yous.
All my fuck off, my God.
Oh, I love him.
So good.
Thank you so much for sending that.
You know what I was wondering?
What?
I bet we're gonna, because of this show, inspire some people to really edge up their obituaries.
Oh, yeah.
That they write for other people.
Make them entertaining.
Oh my God, please. And then send them to us. We love it.
Yes.
Well, my obituary this week was sent in by a Geoff as well. And they said that this person they didn't put their name in the email, so I'm not going to read it.
Okay.
But they said this was a very, very close family friend who suddenly passed away from COVID, actually.
Oh, no.
I know. The obituary is just phenomenal, though. When I saw it, I was like, I need to read this. It says, the lead singer of Geekzilla, Jake, had his final encore, leaving behind astonished band members Dave Buckles and Rob Blair. The band had been contemplating a comeback tour that would have ranged to the far-flung metropolises of Chesterfield, Moonsville, Alexandria, and possibly Lapel, depending on if the ban had been lifted. Jake was known for his death-defying acts over the years of facing down juvenile diabetes and riding the highs and lows of blood sugar. The head of the Geekzilla fan club and Jake's daughter, Haley, was the central focus of Jake's body of work. Jake's mom, Ann Alexander, was heard to say, I always knew my son had talent, not particularly as a singer, but he had talent. Jake's roadies included his father, Gary Greer, and brothers Clay and Josh Greer, and his sister, Heather Waymeyer. They're currently for hire and looking for the same workload, which is nothing. Jake's artistic efforts included a yellow belt in karate, superhero reenactment at the Chesterfield 4th of July parade, and bridesmaid for all who asked. As an Ollie's superfan, Jake was a mediocre bartender and was known to terrify the masses with his karaoke. Same. Jake's nose for whiskey was an envy to those who enjoyed the libation, especially his buddy Mickey. There was never a dull performance by Jake, who put his full effort into being a loving father, wonderful brother, not quite trustworthy uncle, and a son that made his parents smile wherever he went, inspiring good feelings and great memories, but not remembered so much for his singing. Anyone who can get the band listed on Wikipedia for 30 consecutive days will get $100 from Uncle Troy, his staunchest supporter. And then it talks about where his visitation will be or whatever and all of that good stuff. But I just thought it was a good little poke and jab here and there.
I love it.
Oh,
so
man.
sweet.
2 Geoff obituaries this week. Well, not for the Geoffs, but from the Geoffs, which is the way we prefer to have that happen.
Yes.
We're going to take one final break, and then we'll get back to the show. We've spun in our coffins. We have bitched our obituaries.
And now, it is time
for some dumb
ass
criminals. Let's do it.
Alrighty, so mine...
Pause.
What?
I'm going to ask you to shelve your dumb ass this week because I have a fun little activity for us, Madison.
Okay.
Can you grab your phone?
Grab my ankles?
Grab your ankles, throw them past your head, and fucking take your head out of your ass for once. This week, we are going to do what the kids call the Florida Man Challenge live on air. Do you remember this?
Yes. Oh, my God.
Okay, so what you're going to do, just for those Geoffs at home that want to play along, you're going to open up your phone and go to Google.
All right.
And then you're going to Google your birthday. So I'm going to do mine right now, March 3rd. And then you just add Florida Man to the end of it. and see what happens.
Okay.
March 3rd, Florida man.
Do you want to go first?
No, go for it.
Should I do Florida woman?
Sure.
Just to switch it up?
Oh my God, wait, I'll do it too, because I just Googled it, and it's too fucking good.
Okay, wait. I'm
Oh my God, this is so fun. I love this.
I know. Okay, wait. Let me...
Read it.
Florida woman arrested for... Oh my God, there's a mug shot and everything. Okay, so... Florida woman arrested for throwing knife after man ate her leftover Chinese. Should I read the article?
Read the article.
It's from WTXL Tallahassee. A dispute over Chinese food led to the arrest of a 56-year-old Northport woman. According to court documents, Michelle Sedlak was arrested Friday after allegedly throwing a knife at a man following an argument over leftover Chinese food. Around 7 p.m., July 27th, which is my birthday, the victim said he entered the house, located, I won't give the location, when Sadlak immediately approached him about the Chinese food. The victim said he was in the living room yelling at Sedlak that he did not eat her food, when officials say Sedlak went to the kitchen and allegedly grabbed a knife, threw the knife at the victim, and missed.
Oh my God.
I know. A probable cause affidavit states that the victim told police that he believed that Sedlak was trying to hit him, and if she had hit him, he would have been hurt. He added that he feared for his life. Allegedly, Sedlak told the victim, "If I wanted to hit you, I would have." Sedlak was arrested for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon without the intent to kill. On July 31st, she was released from jail on $5,000 bond. So there's, so there was that one, and then there was another one that popped up for my birthday, and I just want to read the fucking headline. Florida woman sentenced after pulling alligator from her pants during a traffic stop.
Oh my God. Tell us what happened. Who cares? We got time.
Oh my God. Florida woman who... Okay, this is from ozarksfirst.com. A Florida woman who pulled an alligator out of her yoga pants during a traffic stop pleaded guilty to illegally possessing wild animals and was sentenced to probation, authorities said last week. Ariel McCann Lequer, 25.
What a name.
I know. Was in the passenger seat of a car pulled over in May for running a stop sign in Punta Gorda, the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office said at the time. McCann Lequer, along with 22-year-old driver Michael Clemens, initially claimed that they were trying to collect snakes and frogs from underneath an overpass. The deputy was given permission to search the bag in the trunk and subsequently found 41 three-striped turtles in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle backpack.
What?
When the deputy asked if the pair had anything else, McCann Lequer pulled out a 1-foot alligator from her pants.
Oh my God. She got the gator gape.
Oh my God. She was charged with possessing an American alligator, possessing more than one turtle per day, transporting more than one turtle or turtle eggs, and one count of possessing a soft-shell turtle. She has to do 6 months probation, 200 hours of community service, and was ordered to donate $500 to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Committee. What a dumbass.
Oh my God, dumbass.
I love it.
Okay, so this was, I Googled March 3rd, Florida woman. Madison, the headline says, naked Florida woman found in storm drain claims she was lost down there for weeks.
Oh, what happened?
This is from clickorlando.com. Delray Beach, Florida, a woman who was recently found naked in a storm drain claims she got lost and wandered the underground tunnels for weeks before she was rescued. But Delray Beach police say they have some doubts about her story. An incident report from the department details how a passerby on Atlantic Avenue Tuesday morning heard yelling and realized the woman was trapped.
Where'd her clothes go?
She's like, oh my God, hello, I'm down here. Oh my God, get me out of here.
It's like being buried alive.
I'm not sure. I don't know how she got down there. She was just screaming for help, and the lady was walking, and I had my window down, and I was driving. She heard screaming. We heard her screaming, the woman said in a 911 call. In that same call, the 43-year-old woman who was in the drain can be heard saying she was not hurt. Good. News 6 is not naming the woman because police report indicates that she suffers from mental illness and possible addiction.
Oh.
So, shocking. Alert the press. I guess they did. And in that same... Delray Beach fire rescue crews were able to remove the grate to get access to the storm drain, which is about 8 feet deep. They used a ladder and a harness to pull her out to safety, and she was taken to the hospital to be treated for dehydration, and since has been released so she can recover at home with her mother. While at the hospital, she told officers that she was swimming in a canal near her boyfriend's housing complex on March 3rd when she noticed a doorway near the shallow part of the canal, so she entered and noticed a tunnel.
Why would she do that?
Listen. She claimed that she became curious to where the tunnel led and continued to follow it. The tunnel led to another tunnel and so on until she realized she was lost, the report read. Officers said she told them that she had wandered around the tunnels for about 20 days.
She didn't.
Until she saw some light and decided to sit down in the area where she was found because she could see people walking by. According to her, she found an unopened can of ginger ale that she was able to drink, but it's unknown if she had anything to eat at all. While the woman appeared lucid after being rescued, they said officers aren't sure how accurate her retelling of events really is. Quote, for someone to be down there for 2 or 3 weeks, there's some skepticism, especially if somebody's not having an adequate amount of liquids to drink, food, so it would be very difficult to survive down there, but that's what she's telling officers right now, and that's all we have to go on unless we find any information or any other means of disproving that. This is where we are at this point. The woman's mother said her daughter has a history of doing odd things and making bad decisions.
What a fucking dumbass.
The officers also said if we had any significant amount of rain in our area, which at times we do, it would have been a different story. She may not have survived being down there. As you can imagine, if she was in a pipe that was smaller in diameter, and we had a lot of rain, she could have drowned down there or been severely injured. Now that she's recovering, they're hoping the woman will seek further treatment so something like this doesn't happen again. We're just mainly grateful she was able to be rescued, and I'm glad she's recovering at home and hopefully getting the services that she'll need.
Oh my God.
She said, well, I was just in this canal going for a little dip, and then I saw a little door, and I went through it, and then I got lost in tunnels for a month.
Oh my God, that's something we would do.
Only in Florida, baby.
Oh my God, I love that challenge.
I guess mine technically wasn't a criminal. She was more just... well, she was trespassing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be down there. Oh,
Who
God.
knows?
Oh, my God. I'm so glad we did that. That was a lot of fun.
That was so good.
We'll have to do it again in the future, but that's it for this week. What did we give him? We gave him some coffin spinners.
Some obituaries.
And some dumb
ass
criminals. We'll see you guys next week. Hope you enjoyed our first episode of 2022. We can tell you right now, you are in for a year.
Yes, you are, baby.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.